So, there's just so much beauty and so much goodness, so much available in this world. And sometimes I really do have my most inspired moments frequently after meeting with either groups of people, like in a class or circle, or clients. And this is one of those times. So, um, talking with a client, and she was saying, she's been learning brilliantly learning to embody her being. It's actually a process. It's like she's opening to it, she's choosing it. She's noticing when, if there's, if you can't just open into spaciousness, there might be something that wants addressing, that maybe it needs to be cleared or loved on or felt. Those are always possibilities. And so often we do reach a certain point on the path where that we're not doing that most of the time. We're just choosing the spaciousness. We're choosing the openness. We're choosing this state of space in the mind in particular. And she mentioned how occasionally her mind will still go to the what she called the not, N-O-T, meaning, oh, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, or this is not how it should be. But there's this magical tipping point where that's no longer interesting. And this person, this beautiful being, has crossed that threshold. And she'll say, well, I may still get distracted by the Maya, or persuaded or distracted, lost in the Maya, the illusion, but not for very long. And there's this spaciousness and center to return to, where one can naturally, very easily, the crown goes open. Oh, all the energy begins to move. The root goes open. Oh, all the energy begins to move. And it's so simple, and it's a matter of remembering. And we member ourselves. We remember what we are, the infinite, huge spaciousness of our being, our infinity, and it becomes very personal in our body. And I get so excited. I get so excited when this is happening for someone, because it means there's more love. There's more love right there in every thought. There's more love in every moment for yourself and the world. And that means there's just more love. And when there's more love, there's space for the light to just rush in and radiate. And this is the path of everyday enlightenment. And it makes me so happy. And not only is there more love for that person, there's more happiness. There's more happiness. A person is happy and free. That is no small thing in this world we live in. And so we were talking about also how, as long as we're in bodies, we'll have three-dimensional experiences. We have physicality until we don't. Personally, I have only had that experience of being beyond those rules of physics on occasion. I'm not living it yet, constantly, where even the denser energies also feel like the ecstasy. I've had that, but not all the time. But the rules of physics change the more light-filled we are. They change and they accommodate, because there are these 11 primary dimensions of Earth, and we tend to be in primarily a few of them. And then we reach out and we glimpse into others, and then those come into our form more, and into our thoughts, and into our vibrational field. And we learn not to go out to them, but to enflesh those higher vibrational dimensions, really like vibrational planes, into the body. And then our experiences are different. Then pain can be actually a different experience. Density doesn't feel heavy. And so we were looking at how there's this fluidity between dimensions, and the more awake we are, the more embodied light and love that we are, the more fluid we are. And we also notice that until we sort of pierce through this veil, we really only have the denser experiences, even in their polarized expressions, pain and pleasure. And so you can have pain and you can have pleasure, but you can't really have ecstasy. You can have delight, but not the ecstasy that comes with the total freedom of surpassing the limitations of a dimensional field. So most of us sort of expand and contract a little bit, like ever greater breaths into these finer dimensions. And for me, they get more and more light, like refined, subtle, but also complex in this, it's like filaments of light structure. If you imagine going from, say, a triangle to a square to a cube, and then you get to things that have more sides and have more intricacies in the geometry, and it gets more and more complex. At the same time, it gets lighter and more refined as we go into the higher dimensions. And there's this beautiful space that I've spoken about before that's on our island here, where it's a particular verticality where all 11 primary dimensions of the earth plane are equally and readily accessible at once. And so we were invoking that today in our time together to amplify and catalyze the higher dimensional experiences as they breathe with 3, 4, and 5D. Oh, it's so beautiful. So just wanted to share this inspiration with you, this awe-inspiring beauty of the path of awakening and embodiment of light, ascension. It's my favorite thing. It makes me so happy. Just a soul ecstasy when people come home this way into themselves. They're free. Life is life, and they're free, and they're living a different experience no matter what's happening. Yeah, I love that. So just wanted to share with you. And I'm here if this is work that you are interested in. There's so many ways, from free events all the way to what I've been describing with this beautiful soul of the deepest awakening work and the total freedom from the constructs of your mind and self and identity into the love that you are. So thanks for listening. It's so good to be on the path with you. Much love and aloha.